Hello everyone. It is your time to learn about job interview. Job interview is a very important lesson for you. Please you always pay more attention about every job interview lesson. It is because you will be easy and you will be more confident facing the future real interview. Without further ado, let's get started. In this lesson today, I'm gonna focus on 10 very common questions that you will likely get in the interview, with many risk questions today. I'll also include the alternative, other ways that interview might ask for the same questions. And so, let's get started. The first questions is about tell me about yourself. The second question is about the reason you want this job. The third is about your job history, if any. And the fourth is what makes you be the best choice. And the fifth is related to behavioral questions. And the sixth is what do you know about the company? And the seventh questions is about your future goals and your future outlook. And the eighth is about your strengths and also added by the weaknesses. And the nine is about job specific details. And the last one is the closing questions and thanks and say you are looking forward to the job. In this lesson, we just focus on the first three questions. That is, tell me about yourself, reason you want this job, and your job history, if it is any. Let's get started. The first is, tell me about yourself. Almost every interview starts with these questions. Tell me about yourself. And it is the most common questions in the job interview and maybe the most important questions. And there are three down on how to answer these questions. The first is please don't tell your life story. Yes, the interviewer is asking you to tell her or him about yourself, but they don't want to know where you grew up or all the travels you have taken in your life. They don't want to know about all your time at school or your university studying. They want to know just one thing. Are you the right person for the job? The key answer is to think about the specific jobs that you are interviewing for. Please thinking about your work experience or your accomplishments, the skill that you gained, and choosing the things that the most specific related directly to this job so you can show you are the right person. You have the right qualification, expertise, strengths to perform well and be the best person for this job. The second tip is please don't repeat your resume word by word. Your interviewer will most likely have a copy of your resume directly in front of them. And they probably read a little bit of it. So they don't need you to repeat everything to them. Again, remember, the key of these questions is are you the right person for the job? So everything you say is the response to this question. Should be about the skills and expertise that will make you the right person for the job. In this question, you have to give an overview and highlight the key point. The third tips is please you don't speak for too long. The key point is please you get a brief overview of who you are and what you have to offer the position. This is not the time you share your life story. This is your time to highlight your awesome strengths and achievements. Here is the example in answering the questions about tell me about yourself. Because most of you are fresh graduated, so I give an example about it and give a little bit about your educational background. And continued by a quick overview of your great strength. Please you try to create your answer in telling about yourself by looking at this example. The second question is related to the reason you want this job. Why do you want this job? And you might be here. Why are you interested in this position? Or why are you interested working at this company? And the best way to answer these questions are to make sure that you are fully aware of the responsibilities and the job description, the company mission, and the company's value. In your answer, you should address why you are excited about fulfilling responsibilities and what makes you excited to work at this particular company. Right now, please you look at this example and you can see the first is about your interest or you are excited about the position and it is continued by your skill. Please you try to answer these questions by looking at this example. And now we move to the third questions that is about your job history. And you can hear the example questions like why are you leaving your current position? Or you might be here, why did you leave your last company? These are tricky questions to answer. One thing that is critical is to avoid speaking negatively about your previous employer, college, or taking negatively about your positions. In these questions, you have to focus on the opportunities you want going forward in the future. Your answer may be focused on looking for a new chance or wanting to grow your career. Here is the example of answering your job history. First is telling about your job history, why you were changed your job, and then telling your skills. After you tell your skills, you continued by the opportunities of your future jobs. Practice. Please you practice to answer those three questions by looking at the examples given. The questions are number one, tell me about yourself. The second is why are you interested in this position? The last one is why did you leave your position? Especially for number three, if you don't have any experience yet, just skip these questions. But please you keep on your mind. Please you answer the question seriously. Because after finishing all questions, you will be asked one by one in offline class. And please always remember your answer and write them on your notebook. And I think that's all for today's lesson, and bye bye.